Okay, we're good. We're live. Just want to make sure I get the panel up. Welcome everyone back to the panel. We've been absent for a few weeks. Got lots going on. Yeah, no excuse. Life just got busy. But we're just Lando and I today. I think we might get Muck on here early. We were originally going to do a panel with Mike with Dragon, but he had to go. He had a family emergency, so he had to split. So it's just Lando and I, and we're going to do another one of these tomorrow night. However, we're here. You're here.
Hmm?
Muck's almost here. So we figured we'd go on. And Landon and I were actually talking about the preparation we're doing right now for our goat hunt, which is coming up in about a month. So we figured, why don't we just hit record and chat about it then? So recap: Lando and Muck are coming out to British Columbia, and we're going to hunt mountain goats. Now, I talked these guys into only bringing their bows, because that's how men do it. No, just kidding. Jokes to you rifle guys. But seriously. Yeah, so they're gonna come out. Muck used to guide in the mountains a long time ago when he was a younger man. He's no longer a younger man, even though he looks like a younger man.
It's
So
true.
boy, he really ages well, I noticed. Must be that list, like having no stress in life.
Just the correct job, the correct position.
Yeah, like he only works half the month. So
Yeah.
like, yeah.
He's got it figured out.
He does. He makes loads of money.
Truly envious.
He has yeah, he's almost got like a year's sick days built up. So I don't know, man.
I think
I'm almost thinking about moving to Regina and joining the force. Might be a little old for that. I don't know if it right now would be a good life choice for me.
yeah, it'd be that'd be I don't know. I think you'd have a really tough time dealing with
adapting
the the turbulence of Regina. It'd remind you of your youth.
I'd have a hard time adjusting. I probably would. Yeah, my days are super busy right now. We're gonna get into this goat hunt. I just want to talk about one thing. So I signed up for a marathon, so I started running again.
Awesome.
I kind of went a little too hot out of the gate, though. Dealing with some injuries now. It's like, fuck, man.
It happens.
I don't know what it is about me, and I know there's a lot of other dudes like this. You can't just like ease into anything.
Full
It's
pace.
like just go, right? Like I'm gonna start running, training for my marathon, right where I left off training for my last marathon.
So I guess my question to that would be, do you have the same goal in mind? Time-wise.
Well, I definitely always want to beat my last time, but I'm just playing it differently this time. I'm not going to emphasize the time as much as just beating my last time. You know what I mean? Like instead of trying to beat 3 hours, just try to beat my last time. But yeah, I definitely went too hard out of the gate. God damn.
What issue do you find when you start pouring on volume running? Because I always have the same issue. And it's my IT bands. Every time I start bumping my mileage up, I just struggle with how tight those get.
Mine is my knees. I've had I have in my left knee. I barely have a meniscus in there. The last time I had knee surgery, he basically said, "Well, why don't we just take it out?" And I said, "Well, how's that going to be for running?" And he said, "Extremely painful, but I don't see how it's not extremely painful right now." He's like, "Why don't you ride the bike?" I don't want to ride the bike, dude. I want to run. I want to be free.
Run, Forrest, run.
Anyway, so yeah, a little bit of setback, but I'll be ready. I'll be ready for this hunt. So you don't have to worry about me in the backcountry.
Believe it or not, this might surprise you. I wasn't worried about you.
Huh.
I'm not even
I thought
worried
you
about
were.
Buck.
Right. That's good. I thought you were kind of like, you know, on the fence of whether or not you still wanted me to go.
Well, contrary to what you might think, I can't go without you.
Right. I am hosting you. Good point.
But yeah, no, I'm not worried about your fitness at all. I'm exciting that you're hitting the running again because I know you enjoy running. Just been on the struggle bus as far as basically your knees just banged up.
Yeah, knees and hip. Uh yeah, but I'll be ready. So we're going in, we're hiking in, we're driving north. I'm meeting these guys somewhere in BC. They're driving from Regina. I'm going to meet them somewhere in British Columbia, just on some random designated road.
Yep.
So if you're driving around northern British Columbia and you see F-150 crew cab white with Sasky plates, we're in there somewhere.
Don't break my windows, please.
Don't break my windows. You never know, dude. That's funny because like when, and I know I've told you this before, but I'll tell the listeners, where we parked, I was like, man, I really don't know if we should park here. And I went with Jake. Jake's like, yeah, it'll be fine. I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. And I was like, and I just didn't think about it. I was like, yeah, I mean, whatever. Here's as good a spot as any. And it was right by the trailhead. So we hiked it on the trailhead. And when we were leaving, I fully told Jake, I'm like, Jake, if my truck's still there, I'm going to be surprised. And he's like, what? Because it is a long ass walk. If we had to walk from from where we're hunting all the way back to the truck and get to the truck and be like, oh, now we got to walk back to the to the road. Like that's a haul. That's an overnighter for sure.
Been in the exact same situation where you park a truck and you left it there for like a week and full anticipation of it not being there
Or
or
broken into,
tires
vandalized.
on, you know,
Yeah.
take your pick. But fortunately, haven't had any major issues hunting anyway, coming back to a vehicle that's damaged. So knock on mahogany on that one.
Have you ever seen that show, The Other Guys?
I
Anyone?
have seen that show.
What did they call it when they stole that guy's Prius? What did they call that when they were doing that? that shit back-
Thanks for the F Shack from Dirty Mike and the Boys.
yeah. What did they call that? There was a specific term they used for the activities that were going on in the back of that car. It involved there was like a skunk or a raccoon involved,
Oh,
some condoms. Um,
well,
I can't remember. It's funny as hell. Good
Dirty
movie.
Mike
Everybody,
did a number on it.
yeah, anybody who hasn't seen that movie, it's definitely recommended. Yeah. So right now we're just doing a lot of preparation, a lot of plan, not a lot of planning. I mean, it's not like we're doing a fly-in hunt. We're doing a pack-in hunt. So I feel, like, well, I know if you're doing a fly-in hunt, there's a lot more preparation you have to like. You have to plan for a lot more.
The the logistics have to be laid out just so you can't throw a variance in a day here or a day there if need be.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, and the nice thing, like I hate doing flyings. The reason I hate doing fly-ins the most is because on my last fly-in, I ended up sticking it. I ended up having to wait. I had to sit there and wait by myself overnight. So I've actually gone with other guys, and it's like you draw straws. Okay, well, you go on the first load, take this, this, and this, and then the plane's supposed to come back and get your partner, and your partner end up sitting there for 3 days
Can't
because
get the
can't
plane.
get him out. Yeah, can't get the plane in there to pull him out, which is just annoying. Because then not only that, it sucks. Like it extremely sucks when you're the guy sitting at camp waiting for the plane to come in, right?
Mhm.
And it also sucks when you're sitting at the other end waiting for this plane to go pick up your buddy. It's like, hey man, it looks pretty clear. Then he's just like, are you flying the plane? And I get it. Like, no. Well, then shut the f up. Like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about here, right?
Yeah, that'd suck too if your ticket like, your tag was punched or the season ended and you're just sitting there for 3 days not able to do anything other than sit and wait for the plane.
Well, and that happens, dude. That's happened to me. That's happened on like I've been that guy. I've also been on the other end, one of the first guy in and waiting for your partner who's stuck at the other end waiting to get picked up. It's just no fun.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm the way we laid this out of, driving and, that flexibility, we got a decent amount of time on the season and, you got your intel of where we're going. For me, it's kind of a it's gonna be an absolute riot.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hope
good. I mean, we
hope
have the in. Well, I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna get it done right away.
yeah,
Myself, I think we're gonna
that's
be in and out quick. I mean, I've killed mountain goats in the past. I don't need to shoot another one. If my biggest thing is just making sure you guys get a goat. I can go up there anytime and shoot them, right? So
yeah.
the
I
biggest thing when you're bow hunting mountain goats is it's not like hunting any other animal with a bow. Like they're cagey and they put themselves in hardcore spots. And like last year, there was a lot of times I've had them at 60, 70, 80 yards, and I just sat there and watched them. I couldn't. I mean, I could have put an arrow in them, but then what? Me looking at a dead goat on the side of a cliff,
yeah, no way to
or
get
they fall, or they tumble to the bottom, which is no fun either. I've been on hunts when that's happened, and it's just such a waste.
yeah, it gotta be really that's like a completely different aspect than anything I'm used to hunting in Saskatchewan is I guess the only thing is like if they're close to private lines and stuff like that, you gotta be cognizant if they're gonna run onto places you don't have permission. But as far as just not taking a shot because you're not gonna get to the animal, that's definitely gonna be a learning curve for myself.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Great place, cool place. Seeing the mountains of British Columbia is always nice. So you guys are gonna like that. So we're bringing a couple tents. It'll be three of us, two tents. Did you figure out what you're doing for a bag yet? Sleeping bag? You said you're bringing your quilt.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do my quilt and yeah. Oh, I've slept in minus temperatures with it, so well, I'll rock the quilt.
So do you just wrap it around you?
So it's a backpacking quilt, and for listeners that are familiar at all, like so the bottom tapers down and it zips underneath, so you could actually have like a toe box, just like a sleeping bag. But then about halfway up your legs, it opens up, and then it's like a blanket, and it actually clips to your sleeping pad. And so essentially, it's a lot like a sleeping bag. You just can move around a lot easier without, being restricted to a bag. So
Is it down?
yeah, yeah, it's mine is 950 goose down.
Right. I forget what mine is. What kind of pad are you bringing?
I'm Muck's gonna be using my REI Helix, I think, and I'm gonna run my Nemo Eclipse pad
Gotcha. Gotcha. I got a Thermalite R. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 1 Oh, what is that? R7 or something like that? It's the heavy duty one. Yeah.
Yeah,
7.4.
good
Yeah.
for the cold weather.
Yeah, well insulated.
Yeah, both of
It's a
these.
little thicker too, just it's I find when they're a little thicker, they're heavier, but they are harder to puncture.
Gotcha. Yeah, I find like with a thicker pad, like a 4-inch pad, I sleep a lot better because you can air it down a little bit if you want, and not
Yeah.
you're not getting your hip isn't touching ground, or it all depends what, like, if you're a side sleeper, that's more important, but I'm for the most part sleep on my back, so
Yeah, I really want to try one of those cots, those ultralight cots.
I I got
Oh,
one for winter camping. I haven't
do
used
you? Why don't you bring that?
it. It's still 4 pounds.
I know, that's the only thing, and it's not even the weight, it's just how bulky they are.
That's the thing, right? Like, there's
And also the price, like, if you want a real good one, like, I'm looking right here, yeah, they're not cheap. They're $400.
yeah, I actually just went with a cheap one, like a nature hike, because and I can't even remember how much it was, but it was, like, really cheap because I knew I was
Yeah.
always gonna be pulling a sleigh in, or if I was gonna be backpacking in with it, it's only gonna be, like, a mile on, Saskatchewan hills, so
Mhm.
nothing physically to be worried about.
Yeah, like this Helinox Black Cot Light, it's only 2.8 pounds, but it's close to $500.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with backpacking, man, is if you wanna get into that lightweight stuff like the Dyneema tents and all that crap, it's just throw
It's
money.
expensive. So here's the Nature Hike Ultralight. Ultralight folding cot, aluminum lightweight portable compact bed for camping, hiking. Yeah, that's $103. What's the weight of this sucker?
I think that's the one I have, actually. I'd
What
have
did you
to
say
look,
it is? Yeah,
oh,
it's
like, around 4, I thought?
see, like this type of thing, dude, would be but look how big it is. Like that's the problem. You got to go with it. You got to go with like the Helinox cuz it's just small. I
Well,
mean, like those would be where we're going. Those would be money because when it rains, we'll have a river under in our tent no matter where you are on that mountainside.
yeah, just all the rock above you and everything,
Just the water just rolling down.
she's coming to you.
Yeah, like but when we were up there, it was coming down like 10 men. Like it was heavy.
10
Yeah.
men, eh? 10 bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I it's for me, it's hard, like, you talked about the size of that nature hike. When your sleeping pad rolls up to the size of a Nalgene bottle, it's really hard to change
Oh
to.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean. And like it's hard to get away from that. And that's why I've thought and I'm like, but like it's such a space saver. Cuz you start adding in your tent, your sleep bag, your pillar, your liner, your stove, fuel, spotting scope, tripod, food, water,
Rain gear.
um, rain gear, tarps, puffy jacket. This year, I'm definitely bringing a thermocell, and I recommend you guys bring a thermocell as well.
Kill kit.
Thermocell, yeah, and like
Yeah, your
one thing
game
I'm bringing this year too.
that stuff, right?
Yeah, another thing I'm going to bring this year is more arrows. I only brought a quiver full, and my bow took quite the tumble when I was making a stalk on a goat around the back. And I ended up losing an arrow, or did I lose one or two? I lost one or two arrows. And then I wanted to check to make sure my sight was still on, so I was shooting in the moss. Ended up breaking an arrow. And then I was only down to 3, which isn't a big deal, but it is if you need the 3rd arrow or
Well,
4th arrow. I
that's what
actually
right? Like,
yeah.
you have an animal that you need to finish off, and you're sitting there with nothing in your quiver. That's a crap feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And even if anything can happen when you're goat hunting. Say, and like goats are funny animals too. Like they're not like a deer. You have to hit them a little back, and they're tough. They take it very well. So I don't know. I just don't know. I'll have to rig something up. I definitely am going to take a few more arrows this year. So I'm gonna have to rig something up to take some arrows. What I was thinking is just like maybe a tube, a thin tube, and then not putting the broadheads on, just having the broadheads in a small container in my backpack somewhere.
Yeah. I I was just gonna almost throw an elastic band around another 4 and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's smart too. Yeah, and just say screw it and just put them on the
Well, they all they have to do is make it to camp, right?
yeah, just
And
gonna make the camp. That's a good point.
as long as I can have my veins so they're not getting piled up or gonna get caught on every overbrush that a guy ducks.
Well, and that's the only thing we do go through some gnarly brush, so that's the only thing I was thinking where it would be nice to have them tucked away somewhere. And then they're also you don't have to worry about them, yeah, rubbing up against other things, ripping, tearing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll keep you posted on that. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I gotta find another ultralight tent. I don't know if anyone listening has any suggestions. Not an ultralight tent, an ultralight tarp. Need to bring another tarp this year. So if anyone has any suggestions, hit me up. You got any? You got any suggestions? I know there's quite a few of those ultralights out there, but man, those are expensive too. I would really like to not just like break the bank if that's at all possible.
That's the thing, like, I know there's a lot of, like, if you go into Dyneema and stuff, then you can it's super light, super water resistant, but then you're paying a mint for it. But I think if you get a slip nylon where it's not gonna droop as much as, like, a standard nylon ultralight tarp,
Yeah, here's a Sea to Summit. Fucking like $500. I'm not paying $500 for a little tarp.
but you're paying for the weight, like, extra ounces that you lose, right? That's how they get a guy, and
What
that's what
about
sucks.
it, what about well, here's a good one. No, that's too big. Like just an insulated tarp. I
Just
got lots of those.
yeah, me too. We'll just pack a hoarding in. I think it's only 45 pounds of tarp.
Oh, here's a Hyperlight Mountain Gear white tarp, 8.5 by 8.5, $548. Sure.
I got a
Yeah,
question.
yeah, hit me.
What is your thoughts on ultralight camping chairs?
Uh, I don't know. I like a glassing pad. I mean, it is nice to have a back. I mean, there are.
Because like, you can get pretty decent, uh, price.
Nature hike. Nature hike's solid. Here's a nature hike one. $60. How heavy is it? I mean, I don't really care about weight. The weight doesn't really bug me. It's the size of whatever it is. Like how much space it takes up in my backpack.
Yeah,
And then you got to think too, if it takes up too much room, what am I going to sacrifice? Like there's got to be a give and take because unless like your backpack can only fit so many things in it.
that's true, man. Uh, I I don't know. That's the thing is it's not just a backpack trip, right? Like, we're going on a hunt. And I
Yeah.
think that's why backpackers can get so much of this extra, like, necessity stuff where they
Well,
have to have
I mean, really, what's the difference between like what are they taking that we're not taking though? Like what are we taking that they're not taking other than a weapon?
spotting scope,
Oh
tripod,
yeah, a
kill kit,
spotting scope, a tripod, all
you
that
know,
stuff.
not a ton of stuff, say say 10-ish pounds, but like it's the volume that goes in your bag, right? I wonder
Yeah.
what this Aqua Defender tarp on Amazon for $170 is.
Send me that link. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How are you, fellas?
We're just talking hunt prep for a goat hunt.
Sounds good.
We're on the air, so we're live. So just wanted to get that out of there before you say anything that I can't take back.
I never
Says-
do that, anyways.
Says exactly where we're going goat hunting.
Well, there's worse things you can say than.
To be honest with you, I have absolutely no idea where we're going. So,
Yeah, I think that's one thing I got to pick up still, and that other than the ultra lightweight tent, I don't need anything else. But like in terms of like spotting scopes and tripods, one, like, to be perfectly honest, one spotting scope and one tripod is more than enough.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. If a guy wanted to go super minimalist.
I'm bringing a tripod, and I have the conversion for my binoculars,
Okay.
so I can attach them to the tripod.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Because I know I'll tell you from an old guide, fighting over one spotting scope is a pain in the ass. You know what I
Well,
mean?
the way we do the spotting scopes now is it's a little different because we're basically just going to be looking at a phone on a spotting scope. We're not old school where we got to look through it anymore. Everyone could sit there and watch it on a whatever the size of this freaking phone is. This thing's like
phone
8.
scope or something like that.
That's got to be
Yeah.
at least 10 inches.
Yeah, it's an iPad.
For sure, 10 inches.
This is definitely 10 inches. No, but seriously, it's like 6x3, so like we'll be able to watch it on there. But yeah, I mean, tripods never hurt to have if we're not confined for space, like if we're not hiking in super far and for a super long time. So like if we're hiking in for like a 15-day, like we're going to be in the bush hunting for 15 days. Well, that's a lot different, right? And you're also, say you're a 3-4 day trip from the truck, well then you got to plan differently. Or if you're doing like we were talking about earlier, like a fly-in, then you got to do it a little differently. But where we're going, if we wanted to, I'm saying, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to bring whatever you want, really. You're packing it. It don't matter to me, right?
Well, if you're not packing water like you did last year, then it's a little different.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing is I packed in a whole bunch of water not knowing what it was going to be like up there, and just we got to the top and I was like, well, I'm glad I got that in, right? I'm glad I carried the 20 pounds of water up here
Because it's right there.
because there's a whole bunch of it right there. But I mean, you don't know, right? Like you don't want to. Water is one thing, is the only thing you can't live without. You could go without food for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Water, you're not going to make it very far without water. So
it's funny though. You talk to guys, and the thing they all pack is like extra food. Oh, if I get stuck for a day, or you will be fine not eating for a day.
Right.
dude, I've been in some gnarly places for like looking back on it now, like just too long.
Yeah.
And I went in there with little food. Right? Like especially if something bad happens, the last thing you're worried about is eating. You're worried about not dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could go a day or two without food. No problem.
I'm used to guys like they don't go into a tree stand sit without snacks.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like that's the guys I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get it. But like some of the essentials, definitely. Rain gear.
I seen that, Muck.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, you threw one past my bow there, so
It hit.
you know, it's funny you should say that, Kev, because back when the day when I used to guide for goats, it was not uncommon to, like, you're right. If you had to sleep on the mountain, I'm not saying we have to do that, but if we sleep on the mountain, it might be 2 days before we eat, as long as you have water. You're and
Yeah.
really, when you're hiking, yes, you might get a little bit hungry, but it passes because you're
Mhm.
so exhausted and you're so focused on what you're doing. Like,
Yeah, you typically don't eat a lot. Like I find like when you're sitting and glassing, you snack more than anything.
Mhm.
and another crazy thing that people don't understand is when you're goat hunting, the sun, like in the northern part, is up so late that you're so busy right up until 11, 12 o'clock in at night.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Landon too. Like we're gonna have a lot of daylight, like a lot. We're gonna get a lot of hunting time in. Like I think I was making stalks like, oh, it's 8:45. Well, I still have time for one more stalk, right?
Yeah.
When I was in
Crazy.
when I was in the Yukon, my very first sheep hunt I guided on, it was 24-hour daylight.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially in the early season, like when you're hunting
Mhm.
sheep, August 1st, it's even a little bit more daylight. Um, what else? And it's the same thing with stove. Like I think 2 stoves is more than enough. We don't all need a stove. But the simple things like personal things like gators are definitely going to be a must. Trekking poles. Um, yeah.
What
What else?
what kind of goal do you aim for calories when you're packing food? Because that's always a hot topic amongst guys. Are you a light eater when you're up there, or do you plan it all?
Dude, have always done the same thing now for so long. I don't know how many calories it is. I just know it's more than enough. So like what I do is I take the big Ziploc bags
Mhm.
and those are my day. So inside of those Ziploc bags, I'll have 2 packs of yogurt, like the instant yogurts. I'll have a meal, like the pantry, the backpacker pantry or whatever, right? Peaks, whatever you like. I'll have a bar in there, like a protein bar. And then I'm gonna have some snacks. So I'm gonna have some nuts with some. I like the trail mix, and then I add Reese's Pieces to them or M&Ms, either. I mix those. I get them from Costco, mix them together, way cheaper, and then just some dehydrated fruit to snack on. And I don't eat my whole bag throughout the day. I have leftovers. Like I'm just like I got lots extra here.
Perfect.
One thing I do, like when we're goat hunting, when we're sheep hunting, when we're doing a lot of like when it's a glass intensive hunt, I do go through a lot of coffee.
Java. I don't
One
care.
thing I noticed about Landon too, he goes through about as much coffee as I do.
I feel like that's a trades thing. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
like it's
I'm sure it's
I
muck with cops. I'm sure you guys drink coffee lots too, but
Yeah, but you know what I'm gonna bring? I'm gonna bring chai tea because it's easy to pack, and
oh,
you can put it. Chai tea is so like, it's so flavorful. It's a good treat. So I've already got a box of chai tea pack because, like, you can bring 20 and it's next to nothing for weight, right?
yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
It's got the caffeine in it, so
yeah, a little easier on the guts too.
yeah, a little easier in the guts. Yep.
Yeah,
look
a
at
little
you,
easier.
health conscious.
No, not health. Except for Kevin, Landon, I was climbing these mountains when you were in diapers, buddy. So I already live this.
That's great. I can't wait for you to carry me up the mountain.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna hold my own. That's my plan. At my age right now, as you can tell, look at how gray I am. I'm gonna hold my own. Let's put it that way.
If you don't have a beard like that going into this hunt, I'm going to be kind of agitated.
I've
I'm trying
been.
to think what else we got to bring. Back. So you got a backpack lined up, Muck?
Oh, dude, I've got the shizit. I've got the shit lined up.
The shits.
No, I got a
What?
good back. I got a good backpack coming.
So you had some guy make that for you.
Yep, he's in BC.
What's his name again? Plug him again right now.
Richie Lowe, Backcountry Monashi in BC.
How's
And
the
he's
pack look?
amazing. I mean, I sent it to Landon, and Landon seemed to think it looked good.
Yeah.
He builds custom custom belts for you. He makes, like in my case, because he got my dimensions, that he said, select this size of pack, this size of belt, this size of frame, and then he customized it to my inseam and everything like that.
That's nice. So the bag itself, is it open? Does it have a lot of pockets, or is it just
Oh,
open?
it's that. You know what, guys? Without seeing it, I know it's good from watching the videos. Like, he has several videos on it, and it's insane. He's covered off everything that a backpacker could imagine. Like, um, even he goes as far as even removing the metal zipper pulls, and he puts bungee, or he puts custom pulls on them because he doesn't want them to make a sound, and so it's pretty cool.
Right.
And I went with the big one. I went with the 7500 because I'm a retard. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, like, if you're only going to have one,
Yep.
then you're better off going a little bit bigger, because you can, as long as you pack your pack decently throughout when you're using it for like a day trip, it's fine. It's when guys just throw everything in there and they don't like have any organization skills, and then all of a sudden there's like, oh, I had this left over from 2 hunts ago, and then this is like, then
Mhm.
all of a sudden they got so much stuff in there because every time they go hunting, they're just adding more stuff to it.
But
So if you have a system, it's good.
he just put out a video just a couple days ago with that exact pack that I got. And now I don't know if it's my pack, but he did a video with it, and he said he was sending it out to a client. But it opens up to so huge, it's unbelievable. And I went with the 7500, Kev, because like as I've gotten older, and when it comes to the mountains, it's been a long time. It's been a hot minute since I've been in the mountains. But what I do can remember is that I'm living out of that potentially
Hmm.
for 10 days, and I do not want to be miserable. And because I know that I'll be able to, I'll definitely be able to pack whatever I need in there, so I'm not worried about that. I just didn't want to run out of room.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
7500 or 75 liter, it shouldn't. There's no way that I should. Like even Landon was telling me the other day, it's like 2400 bigger than his. Yours is a 55, isn't it?
No, I'm going to be bringing my 4800.
And there you go.
So
Yeah. I mean, the only thing is, if it's a little small, you just attach.
Okay,
stuff
what
to
is
the-
going
to the
on here?
outside.
You guys are always messing with me.
No, if if your backpack's a little small, you could always attach things to the outside, which is okay unless it rains or unless you're bushwhacking, and then you're worried about, like, if your sleeping bag's on the outside, then you're worried about it getting torn up or getting soaking wet, and there's nothing worse than heading into camp with a wet sleeping bag. It's
Mhm.
fucking nightmare.
I already I bought a brand new North Face rain fly for it. So
Okay, yeah,
once it comes, I'll have a rain cover for it. So he didn't make custom rain covers. He said
yeah.
it just the material is too hard to resource,
Hmm.
so or to source. So but when it comes and it's supposed to be shipped Thursday, so tomorrow. It's supposed to be shipped tomorrow. When it comes, if we want to sit down again and kind of go over it, I'm glad. I don't know Richie very well. He knows a lot of the archery people that I'm in the archery world with, and so everybody speaks highly of him. And I just watched enough of his videos, and to be honest with you, at work one day, I was surfing around through packs, and I know Lana and I had talked about packs before, and I came across his, and I was like, you know what? He makes the big ones. He makes 55s. He makes 75s. And I just reached out to him, said, you know what? This is what I'm doing. He's like, man, I know the exact pack guys are getting from me for goat hunting exactly. And he's a Canadian, so what the hell? Why not give him them?
Yeah, hey, I agree. I'm excited to see it for sure. So what are your guys' expectations of this hunt?
For me, so I've guided 12 goats in my time. some really small
For
ones,
like
and
12 goat hunts or 12
Yeah.
successful goat hunts?
all successful. I've never been
Okay.
skunked on them, but so I've killed, like, I've guided for really small ones. Guys were like really small, and a couple of nannies, and then but mainly billies. But like we were talking about this off air one time, I'm not picky. At my age now, I know how hard they are. I mean, I almost died on the mountain twice goat hunting, and yeah, if I can get an 8-inch goat, I'd be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy if you got an 8-inch goat as well. I don't know. I'm excited for the excuse me. I'm excited for the trip. Just yeah, I don't know. See the amount of goats that we can get on. Throw some stocks out. That's a start. Biggest thing for me is like just seeing goats and
Hmm.
having the opportunity to put some stocks in. That would be, with that alone, I don't know.
I'll
There's a chance.
I'll tell you this, Kev. Like, I don't need a hero pill for this, but I will not shoot a nanny. I'll come out empty if I have to. I got a
Well,
big.
we're not allowed to shoot nannies.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's a great job, Muck.
Yep.
Don't shoot an.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you could where I used to guide in northern BC.
Yeah, no, you can. So in British Columbia, you can shoot nannies. The specific region we're going at that time of the year, you are only allowed to harvest billies.
Perfect. I wouldn't anyways, but I guess my point is I would come out empty if I had to, because I just
Mhm.
I want to preserve the the kids and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and it's not like you guys aren't going to have the opportunity to come out again. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you guys could come out realistically, you come out every year if you wanted. Yeah, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for Landon to just experience that sort of mountain style hunting. I know he was out in BC hunting for the first time in April, and obviously that was different than probably most of the hunting you do. And
Yeah, that was a blast, just chasing turkeys. So
yeah, well, in that area too where we're turkey hunting, I do a lot of elk hunting in there. But like we've talked about before, you could see how you could definitely use the topography and the landscape to your advantage when you're hunting that. And like when I went out where we went out to Saskatchewan, and we were walking around those trails looking for bears. I don't even understand how you guys hunt elk in that crap. It is so friggin' thick, like so thick. Like we were sitting in chairs at a bait. We had deer walking like right up to us, and like they got to be sub 20, and you still don't know what you're looking at because it's so thick in there. You could just hear it.
yeah, that's
That's why I think you guys are such good callers.
I was gonna say that's why everyone talks about like utilizing stalking abilities to get on herd bulls and stuff. If elk don't call in that specific type of like undergrowth and stuff like that, it is, I mean, aside from just going extremely slow on trails and like basically walking up on them, that's the only way I've killed elk aside from calling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just basically like almost still hunting with a bow, and there's enough wind that they don't hear you coming in, and you can get an arrow in them or get a shot off.
Yeah.
hey, I got a question. Maybe you guys covered it because I had to jump on late, but when you get back, can we go back to gear for a second?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about like your personal gear, like clothing and rain gear and stuff like that?
No.
Because like like most of my hunting in the mountains prior was almost always on horseback, so we could they packed the majority of it for us. But let's talk about hunting clothes, base layer, and that kind of stuff, because that's where I'm not overly like. I'll tell you what I have, and you tell me if it's good. So I have a pair of lightweight Sika pants that Landon that hooked me up with a couple years ago. I have a pair of Instinct with lightweight pants, not lined. Um, I know I have tops that are no problem. I've got I do have the only thing I'm worried about is I don't have a puffy like a mountain puffy like you see a lot of people have. I do have a down puffy, but it's pretty heavy. It's not lightweight. And then I do have a hooded hoodie that's lightweight that goes under my thing that has a hood and a face mask. Um, but is that it? Like, should I only take one pair of lightweight pants and then maybe some base layer in case it get run into cold weather? But like, I'm worried I'm going to bring too much.
I don't know about the lightweight pant. I think I would personally look at something a little heavier. I don't know what pants.
Well, when I say
Lando,
light,
what pant are those Sitkas?
Those Sitka pants are the mountain pant. So they're kind of like an in-between. They have knee pads in them.
Oh,
Like,
okay, then yeah, you're good.
they're not going
I
to be
know, I
as
know what you're
durable.
talking about.
Yeah, they're not going to be as durable as like the Timberlines. But-
Yeah, but that's not what you're after. You're just after. You definitely want some cushioning for your knee, especially on a bow hunt. I'm looking at them right now. Oh yeah, no, those are good. Okay,
They're
so
like-
your pants are good. Your pants are good. You know, base layers, like one set of base layers, and basically a set of base layers that are comfortable to be in because you're not going to take your base layers off the entire time you're there.
so let's not bullshit. Like, let's be realistic here when I say, what do we expect for our pack to go? Because when I like the other night when you and I and Landon were talking, and we're talking like you were talking in excess of 100 pounds, like
Yeah.
to me, this just me now. Keep in mind that's unrealistic. Like I think back to all the hunts I was on and as a guide in BC, and there's no way that I exceeded even 60 pounds unless I was packing a goat or something off the mountain myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, oh man, I'm thinking to a pack. It's been a while, but like you could get a lot of shit in there for 60 pounds. You know what I mean?
Like 60 pounds for each of us, definitely that's more than you need. Like, so when we went into this place, we were planning on being in there for 10 days. So I packed 10 days of water in there for both of us. And I packed 10 days of both of our food in there.
Okay.
So I packed my food and Jake's food for 10 days. I packed enough water in there for both of us for 10 days. I packed the tripod, the spotting scope. I packed my solar panel. I packed all the batteries for the camera, like the battery chargers we had. We had a whole bunch of those battery packs. The tent, sleeping bag. Like there was a lot of extra stuff I ended up packing in there that I don't need to pack in there this year. Like we don't need to pack in water. We don't need to bring in more than 5 days worth of food.
Okay. Perfect.
So I mean, you're like now this year going in, you're probably going to be around like 50, 60 pounds.
Because I watched a couple of YouTube videos and those guys had a lot of shit. Like they spread it all out, and it was only 45 pounds. And but you're right. The only difference is, Kevin, I will give you this, is they had water there like you will, and they only packed 5 days of food because they left 5 days of food at the truck. It was only a 4-hour pack back to the truck.
Yeah, and so we're only going to take 5 days of food in with us, and we're just going to take the water we need to drink up in there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to bring all the battery packs that I brought last year. I am going to bring the solar panel. The solar panel charges one battery pack right away, and that's all we need. And then it just like last year, I didn't know how that solar panel was going to perform, and we were filming this hunt. So we had two cameras going. We had two camera lenses. We had all this camera stuff, and I didn't want to go in there and not and all of a sudden not have enough battery power to do what we were in there to do.
Yep.
So I packed in way more of that stuff than I needed. Like all the water I packed in, yeah, like just getting rid of that. I mean, you're dumping 20 pounds. Like I packed in, we had a lot of water we packed in. Like I said, we were planning on packing in there for 10 days and not knowing if there's going to be water in there.
Yeah,
so like the water takes a lot of weight. I had multiple big bottles of water and 2 giant bladders full and water bags full of water. And then plus 20 bags of food, right? Like my pack itself was so full of stuff, I had to literally then I was strapping stuff to the outside of it just to get in there. But again, we were planning on being in there for 10 days. This time, now we also went in a different route than we were originally going to go into. We were going to go a little further than we ended up going. This year, we're going to the same place we were last year. So, like I said, 5 days is more than enough. We don't need to bring water, and we only need to, like last year, we brought multiple tripods, all that stuff. We don't need all that.
Yeah, I think realistically, that 60 pounds, Muck, is probably
Realistic, right?
that's tangibly what it'd be for packing in. I mean, give or take 10 pounds.
Yep.
But so lots of those videos, and we touched on this at the beginning of this little chat here. The more expensive stuff for backpacking that you have, the lighter it's going to be.
Yeah, and that's one thing to take in consideration when you're watching these YouTube videos and these guys are showing you like Argali or Kuyu or all this gear. That's the high-end ultralight stuff. And if you're buying stuff off Amazon or you're buying it at MEC, like the stuff I have, I guarantee you it covers, like for a tarp, will cover the same distance, but it probably weighs 3 times as much.
I know. I got you. I'm not calling bullshit, Kev, by no means. I just found it unrealistic that you were packing in 100, 110 pounds one way. And like, to me, that's you're moving a house. And so,
it was gnarly.
And so I was just thinking, like,
it actually wasn't that bad. Once you get used to the weight of it, it's not that bad. I'll send you a video of how big that pack was. And I was crossing a river, and I leaned back, and I almost couldn't fucking bring it back over.
It's okay if you fell back, because the first thing that it would take the
bow. No, it would
your bow. Your bow.
My bow was strapped. My bow was strapped to my backpack, and it was literally like 3 feet off my back.
And a bow and a full setup of arrows, and I mean, right there, like there's 15, 20 pounds right there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's on top of whatever you're living in. So, no, I don't want to skimp on, or I don't want to bring too much, but I also don't want to skip on, like, if I can bring 2 pairs of pants and it's not going to be a burden on my pack, then I'm going to do it. It's just, that's all I was getting at.
I feel like, Muck, if you're willing to pack the extra weight, I feel like you could do way better than packing an extra pair of pants.
Yeah. What could I do better at?
Well, I just feel like there's a better utilization of the pounds you're packing than bringing an extra pair of pants, because you can wear the same pair of pants for 10 days.
Yeah, but if you run into like I have, there's another thing, rain gear. Rain gear in itself is heavy. Like, if you have good stuff, I have the best stuff Cabela's makes, like the Instinct brand. But what if you're wet? What if you get 5 days of rain? Your one pair of pants is going to be miserable.
So you just don't take your pants off, Muck. You sleep in your pants. That's the only way you're going to dry them. Like up in the bush, like where I elk hunt there, even with a stove in the tent, in an outfitter tent, if you hang them up in the tent, they just stay wet. So you just wear them to bed, and they're dry.
Yeah, if you want warm gear, the only way to warm them off either is the wind or yourself. So like when my gear is wet at the end of the day, I just wear it in I sleep with it on. In the morning, it's dry. That's the importance of having a good quality sleeping bag.
See, that goes against everything I've ever done. But keep in mind, I haven't really done a true backpack, because, like I said, normally we're on horses, and the only time we do a overnight is an overnight, right?
So if Muck, so if my stuff's a little bit damp, what I do is I roll it up with the wet stuff out. So I'll roll it up where it's dry, leave the wet stuff facing like out exposed. I put it at the bottom of my sleeping bag, and then I put it between me and my liner. In the morning it's dry. If it's soaking wet, if I'm soaking wet, I go to bed wet. I wake up and I'm dry. The only way to it's same with your boots. So like if you want your boots to dry out, you have to leave your boots on your feet. You take your boots off, they're not going to dry out unless you can get them in a really like you can get them in the wind, right? Like wind. So like it's going to be windy up there. So if anything is like our rain gear, soon as the rain stops and the wind starts blowing, we just hang our rain gear on a tree, and within 10 minutes it's bone dry, right?
Yeah.
So you need air movement or you need heat to dry anything off. And up there, we're always going to be borderlining. Well, except for like that last day when it was like 18 degrees or whatever it was. That unless you have some direct other source of heat, the only way to dry it off is to keep it on you. I know it seems kind of like I know I went through this with Jake too, because Jake's like, "Oh, my pants are soaked. What should I do?" Well, you keep your pants on, crawl in your sleeping bag, and they'll be dry in the morning, right? And he's like, "This goes against everything I've ever known." I'm like, "Well, that's the only way they're going to be dry," and they do. They dry out quick.
It's uncomfortable.
It's not even that bad because you're so tired, you go to sleep. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. But then yeah, like all this, like I said, a lot of the stuff I have, it's good quality stuff, but it's not ultralight. So my stuff definitely weighs more than like you're gonna see guys on those YouTube videos doing their pack gear reviews, some things for their sheep or their goat hunt, and they got the best of the best stuff, and it's all ultralight. So you could add an extra 30-40% of weight just on the quality of stuff that they have for the ultralight.
Okay.
What are you guys' thoughts on bears? Like, I was thinking about bringing a bear fence.
I mean, you
I
said
would-
you seen
I
like
have one.
8 grizzlies on your way last time, didn't you?
We've seen
like-
a few, yeah.
I would definitely. Like. I'm not scared of them by no means, but I would definitely help pack it up if you needed it.
So the reason I'm thinking a bear fence is, I mean, it's not going to stop. It'll deter them from coming in, but we could put the bear fence around. We could put it around ourselves, or we could put it around the meat of the goat after we get one down. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, those things work pretty damn good, and I know that like they don't like touching it. So you're right. Like, if they if we, I don't know, definitely keep the meat.
What's the weight on that?
Oh, I don't know.
It would be just
It's-
battery, probably, right?
It takes 8 or 12 AA batteries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That thing shocks you like you would not freaking believe. My dumbass unintentionally tested it. And I was like, whew. It is more than sticking your hand like in a 110. It felt like it anyway.
I guess that's why bears don't like it.
It zaps you. I mean, it's not like a 220, when stuff's leaking out you, but it's it hurts. So I was thinking about bringing that anyway, just because we're going for more than one goat. If we were only going for one goat, I'd be like, whatever, we don't need it. We're just going to kill a goat and leave. But we're going to kill a goat and stay for another goat. So obviously that smell is going to be traveling right down the valley, but our smell will be cruising down the valley as well. I mean, I'm not overly worried about grizzly bears, except for a sow, obviously, with some cubs. But we'll be making enough noise and stuff going in, and like Muck, you've hunted BC before, and you've been around grizzly bears, and it's not like we're going. It's not like we're hunting elk or stalking in on mule deer where we got to be super quiet, right? Like we could talk normally, we can make noise when we're walking in. It's not like the goats aren't going to see us before they hear us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they can see, so they're up high, they can see so well, so they know we're there. Like they're not going to run away when they see us. They're to be like looking down at us being like, huh.
13, 14 years of guiding, and I've really never had any bears fuck with me other than when I was on a horse.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, it's I mean, I've had run-ins with grizzly bears. It's just unnerving when you do have one.
This is so. If
They-
if I got 1/3 of the vote here, I say bring it, and this is the reason why. It's not that they're gonna fuck with us; they're gonna fuck with our shit when we're not there.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what I mean.
and there's nothing worse than coming back to camp to a ripped tent, or your bedroll, or the tent strewed 500 yards down the hill.
Yes. I've had that happen.
I've had it happen too.
Yeah, I mean, like I have one. I could bring it for sure. It's been sitting here forever. So, yeah, I'll bring it. No big deal. I'm not bringing in all that water, and I'm not. You guys are packing your own food, and like I said, I'm deleting probably 10 pounds in battery packs. So it's not as much. It definitely doesn't weigh as much as all those battery packs I carried in last year.
I think it's kind of a no-brainer. We kill a goat. We don't want them to take the cape. We don't want them to take the meat. Let's do it.
Yeah, and just having them there, if they know there's a fresh kill, then it's just hard to get rid of them. And if they're there, and we know that they're there, then we have to leave. Because if we don't leave, and there's something unfortunate happens, we have to kill the bear, we're gonna get in trouble because like we left ourselves in that situation. We put ourselves in that situation. We could have easily de-escalated it by leaving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, well that
Like,
solves that. We'll bring it.
That's another question is what like temp wise, you just let the quarters hang in a tree, skin up, and good enough.
Yeah, so what we'll do, I guess, is we'll have to take them down a little lower where we can hang them up high, because where we're going to be up top, there's no trees to hang them in. I mean,
above
we could get up top and we could lay them on the rocks, but the bugs they're going to be infested with bugs, right? So we're going to have to keep them in. We're going to have to keep them in cheesecloth and a bag. So like those hoodoo bags do really well. And we're gonna have to hang them up high. So we're gonna have to go down lower and get them hung up for sure. The cape, yeah, I think the capes. What we'll do is we'll just keep them up high and keep them cool.
What about so say we get fortunate enough to kill a goat on day 1 or 2, like boy, that's iffy to leave a cape unsalted for 4 or 5 days, 6 days.
Chance.
Well, we'll just have to play it, but we'll just have to see what it's like, Muck. If we think it's going to be a problem, then we'll just have to.
One guy hike back to the truck.
We'll just have to. We'll just have to figure it out. I don't think we're going to be in there that long, to be perfectly honest. I think we're going to be in there pretty quick, in and out pretty quick. I think, like I was telling Lana earlier, the first couple days, it took me a little bit to acclimate, like to understand the topography there, because it is so big. It's not like you could just be like, oh, I'm just going to go for a little walk here and look around. It's like, no, you're half a day, right, over here and half a day back. So,
but at least you know now the routes where the goats typically are and blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
I know the easiest routes to get to the goats when we see them where they are, and that was part of the thing last year. Is it always took me, like, if I would on the first day when I went for that first stalk, if I would have went a little higher, I would have killed that goat right away. But I didn't really understand the topography, but now I know. So, but yeah, in terms of the capes and stuff, we'll just have to see what it's like when, what the weather's like. Number one, if it's cold enough, then we don't even have to worry about it, right?
Right.
But if it's muggy and warm, then yeah, we'll have to bring it out. No problem.
Yeah, I think
and going in and out empty pack too, you do it a lot faster.
Oh,
Like you could hustle out and then hike back in way quicker without a full pack.
yeah. I mean, if a guy has to do that, and salt the Cape and whatever. Even if you had to run back up with a little extra food or something, like say something does happen and it ends up being longer, your pack's going to be virtually empty going down. Aside
Yeah,
from
and I think we could just have some salt at the truck, and then hopefully, that's That's if the truck's still there when we get there.
that'd be solid.
You keep saying
Um,
that.
and yeah, we could even just salt it there, right? Put it on the back for a couple minutes, roll it up, put it in a bag, and put it in a tote or in a cooler in the truck. It'd be fine once it's salted.
Well, I do know from experience that if we do a good job of skinning a goat, um, because while their fur is thick, their hide, you know what it's like, Kev. It's not terribly thick. Their actual hide. If you get all the meat off there, you can stretch it out and let it air sort of dry. It won't slip. It's when you leave fat and meat on the cape, and then it will slip, right? So
Yeah.
yes, ideally cape salt or salt on the cape, and really it's only the face you have to worry about. So if you
Yeah, I think if we just like get the cape off, lay it on the rocks, like open
Mhm.
it up, and then even when we're in camp, we could be working on it, getting all that stuff, scraping it off. Not a big deal.
Yep, and then I think if you just laid it out into a open air, and the worst thing you could do is if you have meat and stuff, and then you roll it up, and then it just starts the bacteria from the inside out. So
Yeah, you don't want to leave it rolled up wet for too long. That's for sure. And we don't. Yeah, but you don't. The cape would be fine. The meat, though, we definitely got to hang the meat because it'll just all the bugs will just infest it. There'll be eggs
especially the
everywhere in there.
flies, yeah, that cheesecloth is inside game bags is the way to go.
Yeah,
Stupid blowflies.
yeah. What do you think, Lana?
excited.
Hey, let's talk about our equipment as far as their bows go, fellas. You guys gonna run lighted nocks?
No.
No.
As of right
No.
now, I'm not.
And
Because
what's your weight of your arrows?
mine
433 grains.
435.
Mine's 411.
I
But then
will.
I also have shorter
400 club.
I have shorter draw legs, so my arrows are a little bit shorter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's your beef with lighted nocks.
They're less accurate, and there's no point of having them on this hunt. That's all. They're
Just
not
because we
gonna.
won't be necessarily shooting anything at dusk, anyways, right? So necessarily, so
Yeah, and yeah, it's not like we're gonna be shooting from a tree stand or anything like that. So I don't really like lighted nocks myself. So I mean, the only time I use them is hunting in a tree stand now, and that's only really because you guys talked me into using them. I never used them before, but they are nice when you're in a tree stand, especially if you're like bear hunting or late season deer hunting.
well, it's nice to see where you hit them.
Yeah,
I do like them for elk hunting just for that reason.
yeah. I mean, if you see the goat, you're gonna know where you hit him because it's a bright or red spot on a white animal.
Yeah.
So it's
I
basically.
don't know. I've just been shooting without lighted nocks, and my bow's shooting really good without them. So
You're shooting the arc.
I am going to be bringing the arc on this trip,
Nice.
not the Lift X.
Did you switch to those Z mods yet?
I have not.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I don't have a
world of difference.
Matthews dealer anywhere near me, so I guess I just have to get on the horn and call someone. But
Oh yeah, find somebody.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be shooting my Tritech 31 Darton. I've got it set at 81.5 pounds. Shooting Victory HLRs 204s and 250 spine. And I'm going to be, if I can get.
Whoa, pause.
250 spy. Wow.
250 spine HLRs.
Dude, You see me?
It's true.
But
I
you're
shot
shooting
that.
awesome.
All right, we'll save that for the next one. I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bring the Darton or the Matthews Arc. They're both really good. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that the Darton is better than a Matthews, because it's just Matthews is an awesome bow. Like, you can't say one is better than the other. If you're going to be perfectly honest, you can't say one bow is better than the other. And with any premier bow these days, I don't think you'd be able to say without a doubt one bow is better than the other. You might like certain bows more than the other because they fit your specs more, but there's no way you could say that one's better than the other. Like the Darton, I think the draw cycle is smoother on the Darton, but like the holding on the Matthews is way better. It's way steadier at full draw with the Matthews, right?
So can I
But they all
rebut that?
have different, yeah.
So I don't disagree with you when it comes to the Matthews. I really don't. But I've shot in Dart now for 4 years, and here's why I rebut that. So you get all the technology and more on a Darton, and you just said it yourself. The draw cycle is really nice. The tunability on the Darton is 4 times what it is on the Matthews, and it's $1,500 cheaper. So right there, because
$1,500 cheaper.
well, because like okay, a title, I'm thinking title, but an arc is probably around $2,400 to $2,700.
No,
$2,200.
Okay, but I know the titles were $2,750 plus tax takes you over $3,000. That Darton you can pick up brand new for $1,300. And that's my point. Yes, I paid retail for that $13.99.
where can you get $13.99?
Brand new, they're $1,300 to $1,500. So my point is, you get the perfect timing, perfect tuning. You get the movable cable guard, and you 1/4 inch draw lengths. You don't have to dick around with different mods, and so you get.
Hoyt has the 1/4 inch as well.
We're talking Matthews. I'm not slagging Matthews. I'm just
Mhm.
saying I don't disagree with you on the Matthews, how nice they are. But
To be fair, Muck, not getting in between your rebuttal because I'm enjoying it.
mhm.
He just said it holds better. That's the only thing he said.
Okay, but he
Better.
just got that bow, hasn't really had a lot of time to tweak it per se. So yeah, okay, I'll give him that. But the only
You
thing,
guys, I'm right here.
the only thing that
Shut your mouth.
the only thing that Matthews has is the limb shift technology. And other than that, you have to buy mods. You have to buy the and if you want to change, if you have the shift weight technology or whatever, you have to buy those. No roller, cable guard, not roller,
Adjustability.
adjustability. No cable adjustability. So like I'll give you an example. So
Okay,
for half the price,
I'm looking at a Darton Tritech from Canada Archery Online, and it is $1,900. So I want
1894.99, and the Matthews Arc is 222.48.49. So they're a little bit different.
that's markup, I think.
That's list price. I agree with like the Darton is a good enough bow, but I'm going to tell you something. Any bow that you shoot long enough, you're going to be comfortable shooting. So like I hated that PSC Omen for the longest time, and I started shooting it because I bought it, and then I really started to like it. And like I look back and like I probably enjoyed shooting that bow more now with those crappy cams that they had on them, those E2 cams, more than any other bow. I agree with you, Muck, on the tunability. Personally, I don't need all that tunability stuff. To be honest, it doesn't make any difference if I have to change top hats or if I have to just use the limb shift. I would actually prefer to do it all manually myself, but that's just me. But a lot of guys don't have what I have access to. And a lot of the things too is like I very rarely have an up and down tear, and if I do, I just take it out of my cables. Most of the time, like a left and a right tear is going to be it's going to be corresponding to, it's going to be reacting to the arrow you're shooting out of that bow.
For sure.
But like the dart it's really nice. Like I've been shooting that dart now. I probably have 1,000 arrows through it, and I really like that bow. It's super nice. Like it's light. The draw cycle is really nice. One thing about it is it's extremely quiet. I am blown away with how quiet that bow is.
And vibration, right? Like lack of.
Yeah, there's no vibration in it. I'll give that to Matthews too. There's no vibration in the Matthews as well. Have also shot like the new Hoyts a lot. Fuck, like that's a great bow. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't know, I haven't shot any of the new primes or the new elites, but I guarantee you, if you were to shoot them, if I gave you a bow and said, "Here, shoot, take this, set it up to how you like it, and shoot 1,000 arrows through it, and tell me how it feels," you'd be like, "That's pretty fucking good."
So keep in mind, like, just so everybody knows, I ain't fucking sponsored by Darton, and I fell into them by luck because of the price point of the bow. I couldn't get a title, I couldn't get a victory, or not a victory, Jesus, an elite verdict at the time. So I bought.
And that's what you're looking for, actually, I think.
And yeah, I was looking for a title, couldn't get one for 6 months. And I went, well, I've always had elite. I'll buy elite verdict at the time. This is 2 years ago. Couldn't get one for 6 months. And I'm talking at the beginning of the year. They said, "Oh, we can't get any more until June, probably." Well, that takes me through the indoor season. Stumble across the Darton. And like I said, I'm not sponsored by them, guys. And I'm not slagging other bows. But for a regular Joe Smo guy, don't need a press unless you have to put shims in the axles on the cams. You do not need a press for anything with the Darton to make that bow shoot properly, and the price point is so affordable that that's why I'm a big advocate of it. I mean, I'm shooting as good now with my 35 than I have any bow in any manufacturer. So of course those other ones are good, and guys can come on here and talk about how good every other bow is. Thing I like about the Darton has all the technology for a modest price point. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely, if you're going to give it all around, for sure. One thing I think that Matthews needs to have is they need 1/4 inch draw length adjustability, because then it would just be so much easier to get your draw length without having to put so much torque and lean into your cables. And the problem is, without an adjustable roller guard, you can't get that back, right? You can't get that cam lean. You can't reduce or induce any cam lean because you don't have that ability to, just like you can, but it's a lot harder, especially without any, like if you got a yoke splitter in there, right? And it's a lot harder that way to get cam lean out or to reduce cam lean. But if you have a cable guard, you could just simply do it with an Allen key. Like if you have an adjustable cable guard, so much easier. And not only that, like the spot that Matthews has their cable guard, you do get, depending on your fletching and if you're shooting 3 or 4, you do get interference with your vanes.
So when I first shot Landon's bow, 5-6 years ago, Lando, I fell in love with how comfortable it was. And what was that? That was your 29.5, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That might
have been
my VXR.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'll give Matthews. I'll give Matthews all the credit in the world. It's just I feel like they freaking charge an arm and length for it, and
well, they do, because they can. That's the thing, is because they can, and they can. I guess there's no other. They can.
That's the thing. When there's continually the top selling bow year after year, and whether that's good marketing or whatever, I mean, you can, if people pay it, what do you do?
What do you guys
Well,
get
and
for
like the
real
amount
life
of
speed?
the amount of stuff that Matthews has done for archery, not
Mhm.
only in bow hunting but in target archery, is unmatched by any other bow company in North America. The amount of stuff the amount of events they've sponsored, and just the amount of work they've done for the target side and for bow hunting side is unmatched by any other company. It's like Easton Arrows. Like this sport would not be where it was without Easton. It just wouldn't.
100%. And I agree with that with Matthews because like Pro 3 or 3D and all that stuff, it wasn't for Matthews. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, again, I think it comes down to just whatever you like to shoot. I think if you like shooting a Matthews, then and that works for you, then great. If you like shooting a Hoyt, I think all the bows now, all the flagship bows are so good. I think we've come so far in this sport where you could literally pick up any bow and be like, "That's a great bow." That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing when the competition and the selection is so good. The only thing I don't like is the price. And I don't like the fact that they make the customer feel like every year they have to buy a new bow because this bow is so much better than the bow they had last year. When it's really not. Like the V3X if you're shooting a V3X, that's still an awesome bow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You can even go back farther than that. Like go to the Traverse, and I think that was like 6 or 7 years ago. That bow shot great.
Yeah. I mean, I
It's
have an old cam and a half upstairs from 2006. I mean, that bow, I shot that bow the other day and I was like, well, eh, I'll go, I'll
yeah.
stick with the new
Well,
stuff.
there is a difference, right? Like the technology,
Oh,
it's
it does change.
for
But I
sure.
mean, yeah, I
And
think it's more marketing more than anything, but it's a business. They have to make money. Without them selling bows, they can't put more money into engineering, right? And they can't put more money into these events. So I get it. It's a business, right? I mean, sports is a business.
I think it's great that there's companies like Darton 4 or 5 years ago, like they've been around forever, but they were such a small name in the industry, right? Like
Yeah.
you would never see them at these big tournaments and stuff, but now they're getting up there. Like guys are on the podium. Like didn't Jacob win last at the Triple Crown?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he the third leg he just won, yeah.
Yeah, third leg of there
And
you
he
go.
won and a year ago he won Lancaster indoor shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Which it's pretty unheard of until like the past few years that Darton shooters they're coming more frequent, right? And I think that's great for the sport when you have companies that are coming in and they're putting pressure on the big three, say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and Darton, like a lot of their technology has been around forever. And I mean,
That's
Everyone
why
you think of like Hoyt.
that's why you never saw them because they just sold all their technology. Like
Yeah.
they engineered it. They had great engineering, and then they farmed it out. But
Yeah.
now I think like I have no idea. Like I said, I have nothing to do with Darton other than I shoot their bows. But I'm assuming they refocused. They decided they wanted to get back into the actual market. And I
Yeah.
will say that all the companies have saw the benefit of these hybrid bows, like what we're all shooting, because you can shoot target with them. Jacob
Mhm.
Sluzar won Lancaster with a 35-inch Darton sequel, and now he's shooting a Tritech 35. But
Jacob probably could also just shoot a piece of bar and rubber and still do it. Like that guy
yep,
is a freaking amazing shooter. Amazing. And dude, that guy is like, what is he? He's like a landscaper or something. So like, it's not like he's at home, like not grind. You know what I mean? He's freaking digging ditches and he's working his ass off for 12 hours a day. And he goes to win Lancaster. Like, it's one thing. No offense to Maddie and Mikey and these guys, but those guys are professional archers. When you got
Yeah.
to go to work for 10 or 12 hours a day and then come home and try to squeak in some arrows after work, man, it's a lot different. Your shoulders feel a lot different than they do. Just
so
saying.
I know we kind of got off the topic of the goat hunt, but Landon, I'm in a text. We were texting back and forth. So I'll say it like this: bows have turned out to be like the trucks. if you're a Dodge guy, and I know you're going to hate this, when you're a Dodge guy, you're a Dodge guy.
If you want to argue about stuff,
No.
I'm here
No,
for.
I don't want to argue. I'm just saying. So bows, people typically do go. They navigate to one camp and they typically stay there. And like up until Kevin surprised me with, I know he shot the Hoyts before, but I would always consider you and Kevin as Matthews guys. You
Really?
yeah, because
Myself.
you always shot the new and improved Matthews that coming out, which is fine. And it'd be fair to say that I became a Darton guy because I love their engineering, their stuff fit me well, and the price point was good. I know that's driving Landon crazy, but it's like pickups, right? How many people drive a Dodge their whole life, or a Ford or a Chevy, and bows are no different. And I think companies actually rely on that.
Well,
I was actually just looking at a Chevy.
So it's funny, Muck, and that's the conversation we were talking about. Was Muck brought up that Kevin bought a Darton. He's like, I thought he was a Matthews guy, and I said,
Oh,
well,
that's interesting. You consider me a Matthews guy, seeing as I've probably shot 4 or 5 times the amount of Hoyts as I have any other bow.
but that's what I mean, right? So like, and you referenced it to trucks, and this is a great topic because I am like the least biased person on vehicles. I will gloat a little bit. I'm relatively intelligent when it comes to vehicle mechanics and stuff like that. It's kind of my field. I had a son of a bitch buying a truck because I looked at every single brand and every single engine, but I bought a Ford for a number of reasons that we're not going to get into. I would not consider myself a Ford guy. I wouldn't consider myself a Matthews guy, even though I've shot Matthews, I think, for my last 4 or 5 bows. And my argument to you was, until Matthews is putting money in my bank account, I am not a Matthews guy.
Hey, I don't disagree, but I'm just saying, like, think of, yeah, like, yeah. And so, yeah, Kev, like, honestly, I knew that you shot the odd Hoyt, but for the most part, it always seemed like you gravitated back to the new Matthews. And so
Just the
that's,
Lift X and the Lift and the Arc 34. I never had the Lift. I never had one. I only had the Lift X
yeah,
and
but
the
isn't
Arc
like,
34.
doesn't your boy shoot a title now? And
No, he shoots Hoyt 37.
oh, I thought he shot it. I thought you got him a
No,
title.
Shot a
no,
PSC.
he has he shot PSE and then he shot the Concept 37.
Well, then that, between the three of us, then we're all shoot Frankensteins. We do whatever we want. But I always considered you two clowns as Matthews guys. I really did.
See, I've probably owned, I don't know, I'd have to count them, but probably 10 or 12 Hoyts, which is more than any other bow. I've owned the V3X, Phase 4, Lift X, and then Arc 34. So I've owned 4 Matthews.
A few Bowtechs in there.
Oh no, and the other Matthews too. I've had. I still have them. One of my old Matthews. One of my first bows. The Switchback. A couple Bowtechs. I had like Prime too, like that dual cam bow. I had that bow. I had all the RX up to RX5, like the very original, the OG, the 2, 3, 4, and 5. And back then they weren't coming. They skipped a couple years too. Where it was like, every second year they were coming out with one. Yeah.
I can't remember if they skipped 2.
But
and then I had, but before even that, I had the Spider. I had a lot of Hoyts. I don't even remember them all, but I like shooting bows, so I like trying them all.
But Landon, like, ever since, I mean, I've known you your whole life, but we've only really been hunting the last, say, decade. I've only known you to shoot a Matthews.
No, in 18 I was shooting a Bowtech.
Okay.
And then I actually went to buy a Hoyt in 2019. I can't remember which Hoyts I was shooting. I want to say it was the Axis, maybe. Anyway, Axis or the Helix, somewhere in there. Someone will correct me. And then I shot it side by side with the VXR, and the VXR was a better shooting bow.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They're all so good. I mean, I shot an elite. I've shot elites, like gone down to the pro shop hardcore and shot a couple of those, and the primes are really nice. They're all just super nice bows. I wish to be perfectly honest, Muck, I wish I could have like 5 of every bow, and just be like, today I'm going to shoot this. Today I'm going to shoot that.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to shoot this.
Well,
That'd be freaking awesome.
I literally always refer to myself as a bow whore because I literally have no loyalty except for now to Darton because it's been with it the longest. But I shot everything. Hey, Landon, I literally had Elite, Bowtech, Matthews. I have one Hoyt in the house. I had a Martin for a while, Expedition, PSC X Force Dream Season. I literally had every brand of bow that you can imagine.
Yeah, I've had a lot of bows too. And like I think of like rests, sites, releases, all that stuff. Like, man, so much of it.
Oh, I'm a fucking fanatic for that shit.
Yeah, but whatever. I don't go to the bar and spend money, so what else? I mean,
Me
other
neither.
than my kids' sports.
Yeah.
Hey, so with your guys' hunting bows that were taken to the mountains, what's your speed?
I don't know yet because I don't know what I've taken yet.
So
We'll have to talk about that next time.
So my Darton, 81.5 pounds, 411 grain arrow. That's with the broadhead. 301 feet per second. And that's not with the speed mods on. That's just with the comfort mods on.
I would say, Muck, whatever you can shoot the most comfortable, just shoot that. 301 feet per second's killing it.
Yeah, I think I'll just leave it.
Yeah. Whatever you are comfortable with shooting and holding in an awkward position, because you might be on a rock, you might be you never know where you're going to be.
Have to walk at full draw a couple steps or.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
And if it's shooting well, then just leave it. I would just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Landon, I got that mountain goat set up. We need to start practicing.
Sounds good, man.
All right, boys. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We'll chat again before we head out there.
Yeah, let's when I get that pack, not that my pack's any special than anybody else, but it is nice to bump a local Canadian guy. So if you want to go over packs, we can do that.
Sounds good. Okay, boys. Later.